Good morning from Cannes Yachting Festival. How's the show been for you guys?
Well, very good actually. So we're at day number 5 now. Had a really good show, busy, good quality contacts.
If you are not familiar with my friend Yuri here, Yuri is the head of marketing and sales for Valk, and today we are on one of the coolest boats that they've built, 28.5 meters, motor yacht, Venera.
Venera, yeah.
You're on the 3rd hull of this series.
So these are Explorer series that we build, and they're meant to be ocean explorers basically, and that means that they have capacity for transatlantic crossings, large fuel capacity, large range. What is quite special of this particular vessel is that it's built in full aluminum and has also capacity to go wide open throttle at 20 knots. So it's a fast explorer basically.
The pilot house on this boat is such a distinctive feature where it sets in the profile, the way it wraps around, but there are a lot of practical benefits of having a raised pilot house.
Raising a pilot house means actually that pilot house obviously gets half a level in general higher than the rest of the main deck. And that means that the area in front of the pilot house can be utilized for instance, as on Venera, an on-deck master.
One thing that really stands out to me about this boat is the amount of freeboard from the aft deck down to the waterline where you head down to the beach club down there.
You have basically a very large folding transom, which enlarges the swim platform in the first place and opens up the view obviously and some fresh air inside. Other than that, there is a finished sauna, there is a day shower, a day head as well, and a nice seating area.
The interior on this boat is amazing.
Probably you've never seen something like this before on a boat, but in a Manhattan apartment, for sure. The main design brief was New York loft style, modern, let's say industrial material use until the smallest details. I think you'll like it. We have 4 staterooms, all with ensuite bathrooms, 2 symmetrical VIP cabins, and 2 symmetrical twin cabins.
Since we're already here on the aft deck, I feel like this is such a utilitarian space. The first thing I noticed directly overhead here, we've got storage for all your big rods and reels.
Right. I don't think it's a surprise that this owner obviously likes fishing, so it was quite a special request when we got it first, that he wanted to have all his rods visible. If you're surrounded by your hobby, what's more beautiful than that? We have a high-low table as well, just to put some extra additional cushions to lay down, use it as a sunbed or a sun pad basically.
Over here on the port side, we have an aft docking station and some storage.
Yeah, so this is a small wet bar docking station combination. There is a chart plotter being utilized as a fish finder.
Before we continue forward, let's head up the starboard staircase back here and take a look at the upper deck, which is one of the most impressive areas on board. The emphasis with this Explorer series is about giving the owner of the boat a place to relax with a yacht full of guests, as well as outfitting the boat with a proper selection of water toys. This is first seen in the aft, where we have the tender deck. Deploying your tender or jet ski is straightforward thanks to the davit to port, capable of lifting just over 1,700 pounds. With these watercraft off of the deck, this area combines well with the space just forward. This is where we see Venera's centerline jacuzzi that's incorporated into a raised entertaining space. This full-size jacuzzi can accommodate 4 with room to spare and has a great view off of the stern. Passing forward from here brings us under a massive hardtop, which provides cover from the elements. This is the primary outdoor guest venue when you get away from the dock. The focus up here was on creating an oasis where everyone staying on board can hang out together at the same time, and features like this forward-facing alfresco dinette are primed for entertaining. Forward into port is an overbuilt wet bar where we find a sink, refrigerator, ice maker, and a dumbwaiter that we'll touch on later that connects with the galley. Adjacent to the wet bar and over to port is even more seating with an L-shaped arrangement and a cocktail table. Whether you're seated here or at the dinette, you have a clear line of sight to a Sunbright TV that drops down electrically from the overhead. From here, let's pick back up with Yuri as we enter the salon and take a look at the interior.
There we are.
So stepping inside, it's always like the big reveal moment of every boat, and every boat has A handful of things that you look for immediately. One, to me, is how you divide the dining and the living area. I think this is such a clever way of doing it. It definitely adds some subdivision to the space.
What grabs your attention is some of the industrial details. So concrete walls in particular areas of the vessel, industrial ducting of the air conditioning.
And even the way you integrate the coffered ceilings, it has its own industrial feel, but very old world and rich. And same thing with the floors.
Solid oak wooden floors. That same goes actually for the ceiling, which is bleached oak.
And when you move forward and step into the formal dining area here, this table is incredible. Such a unique shape, but also the overhead raises up 2 feet here, so it really feels big.
Yeah. All right, Ryan, we'll leave the formal dining and we'll head our ways to the galley.
Here in the galley itself, we have a Miele microwave convection oven, coffee maker. I love the stainless countertops in here.
And a dump waiter for drinks and food for the Flybridge.
And again, you notice the headroom in here changes. So where it drops down right here, this is basically the seating for the helm area directly above.
It's a good way to show what a raised pilot house does, because it's not a full level up with full headroom. We take a bit of headroom away from some of the area, so you'll see actually here that a part of this area is floor level for the pilot house, so it's actually only half a level up.
If we were to continue forward on the main deck, which we will in just a minute, we'd be checking out the master. But for now, let's head up these stairs on the port side. We're going to take a look at the actual raised pilot house itself. So a lot depends on this space right here. This boat is designed to go anywhere that you can take it. And if it has the range to get there, it's designed to handle itself on its way there and back.
These vessels, they are designed to do transatlantic passages and be in rough, adverse weather. We have about 22,000 liters of diesel on board, which is more than enough to get you from the Azores to Antigua. This is more a serious bridge actually. So you have 5 chart plotters that can be combined for radar, chart plotting, PC, computer maritime PC, searchlight, joystick, engine operation, your autopilot, rudder angle, thruster controls, throttles, night vision, lighting, and anchor chain counters.
This is the key.
Key to the dream.
Yeah, key to the dream right here. Used to be a little tiny key. You always wonder where it's at, so you have to keep it on the end of a floating keychain.
Exactly.
This little guy right here.
Those times are over, man.
Yeah, no, you drop this in and it magnetizes and it allows you to...
It's a magnetizing key.
Let's jump back down to the main deck. I want to take a look at the master.
All right, let's jump to the master cabin.
So we're stepping back into this main companionway here on the main deck. I just wanted to point out we've got storage for your wine bottles here. We've got a large window. This is the door we're going to use to access the bow over here on the starboard side.
Right.
Another important door is the day head. And this is what we pass on our way forward as we make our way into the master itself. Something that you wouldn't notice outright, but there are walk-around side decks on both sides of the boat. So that means that there are gunnels on the other side of this window.
Yeah.
But the way that you've engineered the gunnels, you've got these glass cutouts. So from the master, you have an incredible view, both fore and aft. These cutouts don't just start and stop where these windows are.
The windows integrated in the bulwark are the thickest windows on this entire vessel.
Really?
Yeah, because they're in the bow section basically. And class authority actually asked for 3.5 centimeter thick windows in any of the, let's say, the bow sections facing outwards.
And what's the standard size of a window somewhere else found in the boat?
About between 2 and 2.5 centimeters thick.
It is structural, it serves. I mean, there's a lot of waves that break on the bow, so it needs to be the strongest part of the boat.
It's well said that, you know, you have to create your own vibe on board of your vessel, basically. And owners taking delivery of something that they have waited for 18 or sometimes even 24 months. You see that they always have small little details that, you know, make a vessel feel home for those owners. All your senses are activated. The smell of a new boat, which is the case, is a 2021. It feels like new. There is a sense of quality that you can feel everywhere, material use.
The berth faces forward. You've got a spot where you can finish a good book, where you can get ready to go out. Over on the starboard side,
what is also nice is that you have his and hers wardrobes. One of my personal favorites of this area is the shower cabin. Probably it makes more sense to see the guest cabins first, and then we'll be heading up to the bow.
As we step into this lower companionway here, we are turning aft. This is where we have the first of two mirrored cabins. This one with an athwartship berth below these two large windows.
Right, so these are, let's say, the main VIP cabins.
What's on the other side of this bulkhead? Is the engine room right up to this?
Yeah, this is the engine room. Yeah.
So the engine room's on the other side of this.
Right.
This bulkhead is finished in that same
concrete material.
Texture.
Yeah.
It's just got a darker dye in it. Similar materials, but there's a variation of the tones used in this cabin.
You see that, you know, the atmosphere here is comfortable. The bathroom, the ensuite bathroom is minimalistic, but I just wanted to point out the size of everything here. All right, Ryan, so we're heading to the forward two twin cabins. Starboard and port side, you have two symmetrical twin cabins. All right, so the same texture comes back here, two twin berths, TV, nice room for kids.
Now we're going to check out the remaining spaces on board. Most of them are exterior spaces. I guess they all are, but the Beach Club is kind of the one exception.
Semi-exterior.
We're going to jump up top. We'll take a look at the bow.
Let's go.
Passing forward up the side decks, I mentioned that there are the cutouts in the gunnels, so we see the glass is a big part of the design of this
that's
boat.
right. Now moving more forward, what you immediately grabs your eye is the rigid anchor gear. It's a real explorer anchoring gear.
You also have these big fair leads here, and usually the fair lead is buried, you know, almost down below the gunnel, so it's kind of hard to
reach,
to pass lines, to reach. And then in terms of the guest space up here, there's a bench seat that faces forward.
That's right.
I'm assuming we got storage lockers.
You got storage lockers, deck gear, washing equipment.
Now that we've shown you the bow, we are going to pass back inside, and we're going to show you one of the two ways that you can access the Beach Club.
We can enter that little gem by this door in the main salon.
This door is important because it offers you unique access into an area of the boat that is typically associated with you only use it when the sun is shining.
Yeah.
But say it's raining, the Beach Club still has a lot to offer guests, so having it an interior entrance where you can pass from the inside of the boat down below makes the area more usable year-round.
Okay, so here we are. We have a nice relaxing setup of two sofas. Day shower, day head, and also a finished sauna.
I also like how tiered this section is. So you're actually stepping down from the swim platform.
The folding transom platform basically creates a nice and large swim platform. And there's also a large window which is covered by teak if you use it as a swim platform, but it opens up when you have the hatch closed and gives some more natural daylight inside here.
The last area we're going to take a look at today is the engine room. Located in between the Beach Club and the lower accommodations, this mechanical space takes up the full 23 feet 7-inch beam of the boat and is home to a pair of MAN V12 1650 horsepower engines. Forward of the engines are a pair of 32 kilowatt Northern Lights generators that work together to power the house. Between these is her Veeam VG145 zero-speed gyroscopic stabilizer. Looking to the starboard side and forward, we find the vessel's AC compressors as well as her Cabola KB75 Ecoline water heater. Right next to this is an Alfa Laval fuel polisher as well as an Atlas shore power converter. Finally, looking overhead, we see a top-of-the-line FirePro fire suppression system. Thank you for joining Yuri and myself as we got to show you around Venera. She's one of the best yachts in her class on the water and is a great example of the quality of work that Valk does. If you'd like more information about this yacht or something like her, feel free to reach out anytime.